Welcome to the November 8th, 2023 regular meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 5 p.m. I will now call the meeting to order and take roll call. Director Evinger. Director Krieger. Here. Director Howie. Here. Vice President Luth.
Here.
And I'm here myself, President Monaco. Thank you. Board members, please make sure your microphones are on and remember to talk directly into their microphone. Closed session. The Board of Directors will meet in closed session to discuss the following item. Conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation. Significant exposure to litigation pursuant to paragraph 2 of subdivision D of section 54956.9, one or more potential cases. Do we have any public comment on the closed session item?
There's no
none?
comment.
Sorry, John?
There's no public comment.
No comment, thank you. Seeing none, we will now adjourn to closed session. We're now going to reopen to open session. Welcome to the November 8th, 2023 regular board meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6 p.m. and we will now begin the meeting and take roll. Director Evinger.
Present.
Director Krieger.
Here.
Director Howie.
Here.
Vice President Luth.
Here.
And I'm present myself. Report out of closed session. Legal counsel, please report out of closed session.
Thank you, President DeMonico. For the closed session item that was read into the record at 5 p.m. this evening, there is no reportable action.
Thank you. Would everybody please rise for our flag salute? Please join me with this upcoming Veterans Day. Please remember all of our veterans in your heart and your prayers. And let's salute the flag of the greatest country in the world. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for invocation. Chaplain Hood.
Thanks for having me here tonight. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the honor and the privilege of being able to pray for this board meeting and for all those present tonight. As we honor those that have served in our military and have sacrificed so much to keep our nation safe and yet committed to empowering businesses to recognize the importance and the worth of hiring our veterans, we thank you. Your word tells us in 1 John 3:16, by this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. I thank you for the blessing of these men tonight and ask for your continued protection and strength over them. Father, I pray for our new hires and those being promoted tonight, that you would continue to guide them with your wisdom and direction. And Lord, we praise you for the honor to recognize the men and women tonight for their dedication and years of service to our communities. It's always an encouragement to see those who sacrifice so much embody the excellence, integrity, faithfulness, and respect that is our creed. First Chronicle tells us that you rejoice when you find integrity in our hearts. So I pray that you would continue to watch over our first responders and their families who have made such great sacrifices so their spouses are able to serve. Lord, we ask for your wisdom and your guidance for the board members and district leadership this evening, and continue wisdom and guidance throughout the year. We pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. And just one little housekeeping. I'm going to start with mine. Please silence your cell phones. Clerk of the board, do we have any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
Thank you.
Presentation and announcements, military service recognition, and Veterans Ambassador Program.
Veterans Day is just a few days from now on November 11th. This is when we will proudly honor all those who have served our nation's armed services. This evening, we would like to recognize the current members of the Chino Valley Fire District that answered the call to serve. As I call your name, please come forward. Firefighter-paramedic Tyler Hackbarth, United States Air Force, and firefighter-paramedic Steve Sands, United States Army. And I believe Engineer Mike Gage is served in the United States Army, and firefighter paramedic Aaron Patty served in the United States Marine Corps, and both were unable to join us this evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors, we are proud to recognize your service to our country with the Military Service Award and Military Service Ribbon. And Chief Williams? Tonight, we are also honoring your service in the district's Veteran Ambassador Program. Chief Falk, would you like to take a moment and share with us about the Veterans Ambassador Program?
Yes, sir. Let the chief present them with their
Oh, yes, sir.
ribbons real quick. And, so.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
So at the request of the chief, he had a great idea to really reach out to try and draw in those folks that are getting ready to complete their military service and are looking for a new career. We wanted to try and tap into that resource of available people to try and get them to come work for us. So one of the first steps in speaking with our veterans was to create what we're calling our ambassador program, where these two gentlemen and the other two gentlemen mentioned are going to be seeking out and going out to different military bases to speak with our active duty personnel that are getting ready to make the transition, to start the conversation, to help them navigate the next steps in their life, and to share everything that's great about our district. And we're just really thankful to them, obviously, for their service and for their willingness to be such a great ambassador to our military community. I'll kick it back to you, sir.
Thank you. And with that, Councilman Bennett would like to present you with something as well. We are both fellow veterans.
Gentlemen, the city of Chino Hills this Saturday will be having a veterans breakfast. We'll have a brief program at the monument at 8 o'clock and a breakfast at 8:30. You are more than welcome to attend that. But what we're doing this year, the city has chosen to design its own challenge coin. This says Chino Hills Salute to Serve, and it is honoring all who served. So it is my pleasure, as being the only veteran on the city council, to present these to you. So congratulations and thank you very much for your
Thank you, sir.
service. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you, sir.
And John, since we have something in common there too.
Yes, sir, we do. Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you.
And
Larry.
Chief, could you see that the other two gentlemen
I will be
get this?
more than happy.
But again, everybody, you know, it's not just the individuals that serve, it's the entire family. People forget that. But especially when you're deployed overseas, your family is wondering on a daily basis whether or not you're safe. And, you know, this is the greatest nation on earth, and it's a supreme sacrifice to serve, and it's a real honor. So thank you very much for your service. I appreciate it. And God bless you all.
And
Yes, sir.
Councilman Bennett, Art is very right. When you're deployed and you go overseas or you go someplace else, you're gone for a while. And during our time, my 2 tours, I was gone 9 months at a time.
Yeah.
And which is pretty typical. Most deployments last anywhere from 6 to 9 months or longer.
Yeah. Well, I was in that very unpopular war, Vietnam. I was there from 68 to 69 on the ground. And, yeah, it takes a toll. And you still feel it all these years later. But thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys.
So this program has been a long time coming. I feel very, very blessed to be part of this. My grandfathers served, my father served. I have 8 siblings. The top half of all my siblings served. What I've found is that with my generation, there was a bit of a lapse or a gap, it seemed like, in folks that are in my age and their willingness to commit. So when I see young folks coming in, a little bit younger than me, maybe a lot younger than me in some cases, and they've given of themselves so that we could go and come about our days and have the freedoms that we have, there's nothing that I don't think we can do better than, so when those folks are coming out of the military, to provide them an opportunity to come and work for Chino Valley Fire. So I hope that this is getting some live streaming. I hope that the whole world will see this and you come and work for Chino Valley Fire. And the nice thing is that there's some mechanisms within the military that I've found out through our folks that they will help get you prepared so that as you transition out, you can walk into a place like this. And let's not forget, you know, a lot of the military commitment, they're coming out and they're having some challenges, not being able to find work. There might be some PTSD with some of the things they've experienced. So if we can lend ourselves to helping them keep their feet on the ground for what the commitment they already made, then I think that just makes us a better organization. So, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Would you mind just displaying that ribbon, just to, everybody, for most of you, you've seen military personnel wear ribbons that denote different types of service. That tradition extends in law enforcement and fire as well, so these gentlemen will proudly wear the military service ribbon on their Class A uniform.
And so we're fortunate to have 4 within our organization. I hope before I leave, we have 54, so.
Me too.
So anyway, congratulations, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Sure, absolutely, I'll come on this side. Jeremy, you want to come in here?
What's best?
Yeah, the military guys, they get it squared up right away.
And let's get one more picture. Art, do you come up and take a picture with us? Are there any other veterans in the audience? Thanks again.
Tyler? They got firm handshakes, too.
New employee introduction. Joshua Avina, please come forward.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Good. Joshua.
Joshua Avina was raised in a neighborhood in south central Los Angeles where he grew up and learned the importance of resilience and helping others. He's a loving husband to Olga and a proud dad to 2 wonderful kids, 5-year-old Alexander and 2-year-old Samantha. Joshua and his family currently live in Ontario, California. Joshua attended Montebello High School and later pursued his education at LA City College, shaping his skills and passion for positively impacting people's lives. Before landing his current role as a support service technician at Chino Valley Fire District, Joshua gained experience working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car and Extreme Medical. Joshua gained valuable experience at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. During this time, he honed his essential skills in teamwork and discipline. Prior to Enterprise, he also worked at Extreme Medical, playing a crucial role in assisting disabled patients in regaining their independence and rebuilding their lives. Joshua's true strength lies in his genuine desire to help and support others. With a background in aiding people facing challenges, he's a valuable addition to the sports services team. In his free time, Joshua enjoys playing soccer, volleyball, going on hikes, and spending time with his family. Please join us in welcoming Joshua Avina as the new support services technician for support services.
For those of you that don't really know what this role is, it seems sometimes like it's minimized in comparison to running and fighting fires, but roles like this are really what allow all the rest of us to do the work that we do. So Joshua, we're super, super happy to have you. Your role is super critical and super helpful for us to keep all of the wheels on the road and keep us moving, so we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
And we're happy that he's here. We're gonna keep him for a long time if you're okay with that. Okay.
Joshua, welcome. Thank you.
Employee promotion. Emily Geddes, please come forward.
Emily Geddes was raised in the city of Roland Heights and is the youngest of her 3 siblings. Currently, she resides in Ontario, California, alongside her son, Aiden, and her mother, Leslie. Emily is an alumni of Cal State Fullerton, where she earned her bachelor's degree in communicative disorders, demonstrating her dedication to communications and community well-being. Prior to joining Chino Valley Fire District as the office technician for community risk reduction in 2022, she worked at AAA of Southern California, holding positions as a branch specialist 2 and bookkeeping, highlighting her versatility and experience in administrative roles. Emily worked for the Automobile Club of Southern California for 7 years prior to coming to Chino Valley Fire. In her free time, Emily enjoys various activities including hiking, traveling, visiting Disneyland, and most of all, spending quality time with her family. Please join us in celebrating Emily's well-deserved promotion to the position of Permit Technician for Community Risk Reduction. Her dedication and expertise will undoubtedly contribute to the continued service and safety of our community. Emily, congratulations on your
So pretty special to have Emily here. She's really going to be a really crucial part. She's really the face when you walk through the doors. This is what you get greeted with, and it's extreme professionalism, which is why within just a single year, she's already elevated her position. So Emily, we're super happy to have you. You've always demonstrated a high level of professionalism and engagement to the community, and that's what we need.
Thank you, Chief.
Emma, that's on.
Employee Service Awards, 15 years of service. Maciel de Guevara, please come forward.
Aziel. Uh-oh, who's gonna take a picture? Maciel began her career with Chino Valley Fire as a public information officer in 2008. As the district public information officer, she responds to a variety of emergency calls to serve as a liaison between the fire district and the media, elected officials, partner agencies, and the public. She oversees the district's website, social media platforms, marketing strategies, internal and external communications. Maciel also serves on multiple committees and coordinates a variety of outreach events throughout the year. Maciel is a member of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce's Leadership Collaborative, which is comprised of various community leaders from the Chino Valley. She has been elected by her peers to serve on the Teamsters Local 1932 E-Board since 2018, and currently holds the position of Vice President. She volunteered her time to serve as Relay for Life team captain for the Team Chino Valley Fire from 2013 to 2019. During that time, Team Chino Valley Fire raised over $10,000 that went towards cancer research, prevention, detection, education, and patient support. Maciel has also volunteered her time for the multiple Chino Valley Fire Foundation community programs. Prior to coming to Chino Valley Fire, Maciel served as public information specialist with CAL FIRE Riverside County and as a journalist for the Press Enterprise. Maciel has a Bachelor's of Arts degree in journalism from Pepperdine University and a Master of Fine Arts degree in creative writing and writing for the performing arts with an emphasis in poetry from the University of California, Riverside. Maciel's hobbies and activities include hiking, outdoor rock climbing, reading and writing poetry, painting, and traveling. In her spare time, she has served as a poetry editor for various literary magazines and teaches poetry part-time at a local community college. Maciel loves spending quality time with her son Ryan and her puppy Misty. Congratulations and thank you for your 15 years of service, Maciel.
So in the fire service, one thing you most of the time don't want to happen is you don't want to make it in the paper because it ends up meaning you have to buy ice cream for a lot of people. However, as an organization, we actually really need folks like Maciel to tell our story and to show the good of what we're doing. So we appreciate everything you do for us to help us tell the good story of the Chino Valley Fire so that people become aware of what we're doing. So thank you.
Maciel, thank you.
One more. Thank you.
Boris, I'm going to say your taking pictures sounded different than hers. That sounded like making me nervous there.
Yeah, we were supposed to present her service award. Her service award. Her service award.
That was my fault.
Okay. Service award.
John, that was my fault. I'll try that again. Boris had me nervous with his strike and oppose.
I'm easily.
Yeah, I have to own that.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3.
You're learning. Good. Quick study. Thank you.
Employee Service Awards, 25 years of service. Captain Mike Moore, please come forward.
Nice.
No watches, right?
Yeah, I do like watches.
Captain Mike Moore was hired as a firefighter by the Chino Valley Fire District in November of 1998. Mike and his wife Michelle reside in the city of Corona and have 2 children, Logan and Mackenzie, both graduating this year with their MBA degrees. Mike's educational background reflects his dedication to his profession. He attended Santa Ana College, where he obtained an associate's degree in fire technology. He completed his paramedic studies at Crafton Hills College and furthered his academic pursuits by earning a bachelor's degree in business management from the University of La Plata. Before his firefighting career, Mike was an educator with the Chino Unified School District from 1994 to 1998. However, his true calling lay in the world of firefighting. In 1998, he fulfilled that calling by joining the district as a firefighter. He was the last firefighter to be hired before the district shifted to hiring focus exclusively to paramedics. The district sent him to Crafton Hills Paramedic Program in 2001. In 2006, his dedication was recognized with a promotion to the position of engineer, and in 2011, he achieved yet another milestone by becoming a fire captain. Currently, he holds the position of fire suppression training captain at the district's training center. Mike's commitment to his profession goes well beyond the call of duty. He actively participates in various aspects at Chino Valley Fire District, contributing to events and activities ranging from mapping to serving on the USAR team, which is the Urban Search and Rescue Team. And additionally, it's involved in the Honor Guard and is a dedicated member of the Chino Valley Pipes and Drums. His past role as a knee board member of the Chino Valley Professional Firefighters, Local 3522, highlights his dedication to safeguarding the rights and welfare of his fellow firefighters. In his personal life, Mike enjoys spending time with his family, playing racquetball, softball, and has an interest in horticulture. Congratulations and thank you for your 25 years of service to the Chino Valley Fire District, Mike.
Well, I didn't know that Mike was into horticulture. But,
Man of many talents.
yeah,
What is that?
Horticulture plants. I think, right?
What kind of plants?
Yes.
our testing just happened, so we're good, our drug testing. When I got hired, go ahead, you can. When I got hired, Mike was in charge of all the maps, so he put all the maps together so we could get to the right place at the right time. So I was fortunate enough to get hired and kind of come and work under Mike and try to assist with that. But Mike, what I always appreciate about you is you every year when it comes to bid time, so our folks will bid with a captain that they'd like to work for. Mike, what I've always witnessed is Mike is a very high bid officer. Mike provides a high level of leadership. And something he does very well that I didn't because I was too straight-faced is people like being around Mike because he's really fun to be around, but he also does it at a high level on the operational side with a high level of leadership. But people like being around you, so thank you for everything you do for our organization.
Thank you. Thank you.
I won't talk about it first.
That's right.
Employee Service Awards, 25 years. Captain Pete Roebuck, please come forward.
Captain Pete Roebuck is a 25-year veteran of the Chino Valley Fire District and was hired in 1998 as a firefighter. Pete was promoted to firefighter paramedic in 1999 and to captain in August of 2010, which he also served as a training captain for the EMS section for over 2 years. Pete resides in the city of Claremont with his wife Heather. They have 2 sons, Tyler and Maddie. Pete enjoys traveling with his family and spending time camping, sailing, and mountain biking. During his time as training captain, one of his goals was to provide ALS ambulance transport service within the district. The second goal was to provide and facilitate top-notch EMS training for safety personnel at Chino Valley Fire. Along with those 2 major goals, Pete also aimed to demonstrate to our communities that together we are making a difference, as illustrated by the creation of the Survivor Wall. While undertaking the huge responsibility as training captain, he was also an active member of the Fire Scope, past president of EMS officers, and has served on numerous state and county committees. Pete is also an active member of the district hazmat and urban search and rescue team and serves as a shift arson investigator. Pete serves his fellow firefighters as president of the Chino Valley Professional Firefighters Association, Local 3522, and is an all-around good guy. Congratulations and thank you. I think he's an all-around good guy. Congratulations and thank you for your 25 years of service to the Chino Valley Fire District, Pete.
So what can I say about Pete? When I got hired here, Pete Pete was the union president, and the one thing that I know about Pete is for us, there's an opportunity to work in the fire service, and we come to work, and many of our folks do a really, really good job. But is just a glimpse into the things that Pete's been involved in. He takes it to the next level, not just for the district, but he's involved up and down in state committees, high level on the EMS front. So as most of you are aware, we are really trying to make a concerted effort to participate in the ambulance services countywide. We can do what we can do at this level with executive management, with board support, but there's one element that we can't do because we're in a different role. We can't get out there and do the job, the work that Pete and his group and the influence that Pete has amongst his other labor and union representation. So I feel fully confident in saying that we wouldn't be where we're at without people like Pete to recognize the value of EMS services and how we can do that as Chino Valley Fire and as a county. And there's no other union president in this whole county that I would rather have other than Pete, because he gets it. He gets where we need to go. He's courageous enough to step out amongst a lot of those other organizations and really enlighten them. So Pete, thank you very much for setting us up for success as an organization, as a county, and just thank you for being an all-around good guy.
Employee Service Awards, 30 years of service. Battalion Chief Wayne Fontes, please come forward.
The Chino Valley Fire District hired Battalion Chief Wayne Fontes in 1993 as a firefighter. Chief Fontes was promoted to engineer in 2004 and to captain in 2014, which he also served as a training captain for suppression for 2 years, and finally to battalion chief in 2022, where he served as a shift battalion chief for B shift. Chief Fontes grew up in West Covina and attended Edgewood High School in West Covina in 1987. After graduating high school, he attended Mount Sac to undergo Mount Sac's Fire Academy. Shortly thereafter, he attended Crafton Hills College for paramedic school. Later in his career, Chief Fontes acquired his bachelor's degree in fire administration at Columbia Southern University. Before finding his calling in the fire service, Chief Fontes worked at Ralph's grocery store and worked diligently to support his education, and later started his journey to be a firefighter as a fire explorer for West Covina. He served as a reserve firefighter with the Pomona Fire Department and also as a reserve firefighter within the Chino Valley Fire District. In 1993, his dedication led to his appointment as a full-time firefighter with the district. Chief Fontes has shown remarkable versatility and commitment. He has been an active member of the hazmat team for 22 years, ensuring that the community is well prepared to handle hazardous situations. Additionally, he has contributed his expertise to the Urban Search and Rescue Team for 13 years, playing a crucial role in responding to emergencies and disasters. Chief Fontes resides in Murrieta with his wife April and has 2 children, daughter Bailey and son Noah, who both are proud graduates of Point Loma University. Chief Fontes' hobbies include anything that involves spending time with his family and friends. Congratulations and thank you for your 30 years of service to the Chino Valley Fire District. Wayne.
I don't know if it's fitting or not, we were having a conversation and we were sitting down and we were kind of reflecting on the axe and wondered, is like at 30 years, do you get the axe? Is that what's going on? So Wayne and I got promoted as captains on this at the same time, so I was very fortunate to work side by side with Wayne. The one thing that I've always appreciated to Wayne is a man of conviction. So he handled our hazmat program for a long time. And the thing with Wayne is that he's not going to tell you something just because he thinks you want to hear it, or you may not even like what he has to say. But what I can tell you is he does his homework like all the way through. So usually when he says something, it's probably 100% accurate. So you might want to just listen and take some advice and listen. So congratulations for everything, and thank you for having me.
Congratulations. tonight I'm gonna do something a little different, and I'd like to make a little statement and read a little thing that I wrote here. And I'm just gonna say, tonight is my last regular board meeting as the president of this great fire district. Because later tonight, we're going to have selections of new officers. So as it's my last night as president, I get to say what I want to say. So, we recently had our 2023-2024 State of the Fire District. I'm so proud of the members of this organization for their outstanding efforts and accomplishments in this event. We had an outstanding event. I want to thank everyone for their hard work to make this happen. And I do want to give Rita a very special shout out for spearheading the event and for her innovative thinking and perspective to not only change how we have done this in the past, but to bring the state of the district to a new level. I believe we had over 200 people in attendance, and Rita, thank you. While I have appreciated the chief's comments commending his staff, I think it's important to also commend the fire chief for his leadership. Recently, our board had the opportunity to meet with the chief, and I felt confident I could speak for all of us when I say that we fully support the chief in his work with our district. Thank you, Chief Williams, for your continued work and leadership on behalf of the Chino Valley Fire District. Thank you. And with that, I think we're going to take a short break. How about 5 minutes? We'll reconvene at 6:35. The public hearing for weed abatement is now open.
Properties declared for fall weed abatement. Purpose is for the public to comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement. Report by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening, President DeMonico and members of the board. During our first round of fall re-inspections, several properties were noted to be non-compliant. Those properties were provided a notice and given until today to comply. Re-inspections will begin tomorrow, and any properties failing to abate the noted violation will be sent an administrative citation and subject to abatement by our private contractor. We are to hold a public hearing allowing property owners to address the board on this matter. It is recommended that the Board of Directors review public comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement and subsequent actions and charges, as well as make any rulings on any and all objections raised regarding the proposed removal of weeds and said charges.
Clerk of the board, do we have any public comments on this agenda item?
We do not have any public comments.
Anybody in the audience wish to speak?
Yes, I just want to let,
We would need the public commenter to come to the dais.
you identify yourself and spell your last name slowly for us.
E-L-A-N-K. He can't, he's drawing a blank.
I've heard that before. Yes. I talked to Austin, we're gonna take care of our problem. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'm gonna tell you, that's all I had to say.
Okay. Any other member member of the audience wish to speak? Okay, well, seeing none, the public hearing is now closed. This is the time for board comment. So we'll start. Comments? Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. At this time, I would like to request a motion. Please state your name before your motion.
Mike Krieger, so moved.
Evinger, second.
Moved by Director Krieger, second by Director Evinger. I will now call for a roll call voice vote. Director Evinger.
Yes.
Director Krieger.
Yes.
Director Howie.
Yes.
Vice President Luke.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion passes 5-0. The public hearing for adopting resolution number 2023-12 is now open.
Thank you, President DeMonico. I'm going to introduce this item. This item tonight, the board is going to hold the public hearing to consider adopting the resolution stated on the record. That would be adopting a mitigated negative declaration and mitigation monitoring and reporting program pursuant to the California Environmental Quality Act. And that's for the project, the development of Fire Station 68, an essential resource facility. So Deputy Chief Dean Smith will be giving a presentation in concert with Megan Gibson, that's the district's environmental subconsultant on the project. After that, the board can ask questions of district staff and then take public comment.
Thank you, Isaac. Good evening, President DeMonico, Board of Directors, members of the public. I'm pleased to bring before the board this evening this staff report and information pertaining to the public hearing related to the adoption of a mitigated negative declaration and mitigation monitoring reporting program under the California Environmental Quality Act for the development of Station 68, an essential resource facility. This evening, as Isaac did mention, we are joined by two of our consultants, both Bernard Wasink from PBK, our architecture and engineering firm, and then also Megan Gibson from the Chambers Group, who will also be presenting during this presentation before you. The district is proposing to construct a new fire station, Fire Station 68, and the essential resource facility that we refer to as the ERF, or the ERF. A separate building for offices, reserve apparatus bays, and emergency supply storage. I would like to highlight for you some of the specifics of the site and buildings in the following slides. The district identified a significant need to build a fire station in the Sokol Canyon area of Chino Hills through a standards of cover assessment and master plan update conducted in 2018. The assessment found that a fire station strategically located in the urban wildland interface will facilitate a quicker response and deployment of resources for 911 responses for help and during wildland fires. The additional fire station in Chino Hills will also improve response times and provide needed resources during emergency incidents throughout the Chino Valley. The new Fire Station 68 and ERF will be added to the 3 existing Chino Hills fire stations in order to maintain the appropriate levels of response times to calls for service within the district's service area as a whole. CVFD, the Chino Valley Fire District, provides emergency response services for fires, medical aids, hazardous materials rescues, public assistance, and other responses such as natural disasters and acts of terrorism. Tonight, we will provide you with a brief description of the project location, and review the steps we have taken to adhere to legal requirements and best practices under CEQA. There we go. I want to bring your attention to 2 different terms, and as we know in the district, and we've briefed on this through other presentations, Chino Valley Fire District has taken what we call a lead agency role in terms of California Environmental Quality Act. Some of those bulleted points that you see below there, we are in charge of the preparation and posting of all applicable reports, the consideration of the findings that are in those reports, and that the Board of Directors has to approve a mitigated negative declaration we refer to as an MND, and the Mitigation Monitoring Reporting Program we refer to as the MMRP through resolution. The next course of events and what the City of Chino Hills is responsible for is that they are the responsible agency, and so they will be in charge of fully approving and then the necessary entitlements for the project, including the general plan amendment, land use map amendment, and zoning, et cetera. And I do believe we have 2 staff members from the City of Chino Hills with us in the audience as well. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. In regards to and I'm having just a little bit of problems with the connectivity, a couple of the specifics of the project. The Station 68, as most of us know, but for the public's benefit, is located at the south of the intersection of Pipeline Avenue and Sokol Canyon Road. It represents 3.619 acres, and it is designated currently as vacant undeveloped lot. We see the APN number before us, now designated as 1017-241-92. And its terrain, of course, is a moderate slope northeast facing with elevations from about 860 feet at the north side and 940 feet to the rear or to the south side. The 2 buildings that we have sought to put on this property is a fire station known as Fire Station 68, and it'll be approximately 12,901 square feet. And the essential resource facility that adjoins on the property will be 6,346 square feet. I've also included, for our benefit, some what we call elevations or massing, and that is the images of the architecture. This is the north-facing aspect of Fire Station 68, which will encompass what looks like 4 bays there, but we refer to as 3.5 bays. The half bay being on the image on the left-hand side, which would be where the battalion chief would respond from. I also have images all the way around the structure in both structures, so I'll kind of go through those quickly. This is from the northwest viewpoint. Again, another image in a 3-dimensional view. A view facing from the east side elevation where the public would be able to enter the structure of the fire station. The rear of the station or the south side elevation. And of course the west side of the station facing the west. We also have elevations of the essential resource facility, which has a little bit different design, but will accompany the structure. This is the northwest facing elevation. And then I combined the three elevations, both the north, the east, and the south side elevations of the structure. With that being said, I will refer to, and I'm going to ask Megan to come to the podium. I'd like to read a little bit of a bio regarding our consultant from the Chambers Group. Megan Gibson is a senior environmental planner and project manager with over 15 years of experience in environmental documentation and project management. She has experience managing both large and small scale projects that involve California Environmental Quality Act and National Environmental Policy Act documents. Megan has managed and prepared documents for projects throughout the western U.S. on behalf of federal, state, regional, and local agencies, as well as private clients. She has a vast experience with data collection analysis of environmental issues, and she has been our project lead and coordinator. Megan, if you can, lead us through the additional slides. Thank you.
All right, so Dean was able to lead us through most of the project description, but this is the project description that we used for purposes of the environmental analysis. It includes the 3.619 acre parcel that was mentioned, as well as not only the two buildings that were described, but also site improvements, including parking lots, landscaping, the emergency generator, security fencing, all the different aspects that were going to be developed at the site. And then just for an overview of where the location is, as was mentioned, it's at Soquel Canyon Parkway and Pipeline. And it is in a currently vacant lot, and we analyzed the red outline parcel. And this is just an overlay of the site plan that was proposed. So as part of the CEQA process, we proposed an initial study to determine the best environmental document to be prepared, and along with that, technical studies were prepared as listed here. Based on the fact that the technical studies found that all impacts could be mitigated to a less than significant level, we decided that a mitigated negative declaration was the correct document to move forward with. And these are the findings. I will point out the important aspect here is that they were all less than significant, and the only items that needed mitigation were biological resources, cultural resources, paleontological resources, and tribal cultural resources. As part of the CEQA process, the document went through a public review period for 30 days. It started on October 5th and ended on November 6th. We received one comment letter during that period. It was from a member of the public. And we did publish the notices to a variety of outlets that are listed here. And this is above and beyond the requirement. So we wanted to make sure that all members of the public and agencies were provided adequate noticing. I did want to note that the final MND did have some revisions that were required. The square footage and the acreage was slightly different in the draft MND. However, this doesn't change any of the results of the analysis, and everything still is adequately analyzed. And then the one comment letter that we received was regarding traffic and the question of whether a traffic study was done, and one was done, and all impacts were less than significant.
Megan, if I can add, for the board's information, in your packet and available to the public as well, the updated MND that is inclusive of that letter, and then the response to that letter is in your packet today, and then with a special notation that was posted on 11/8. Thank you. The other thing, and thank you, Megan, for going through those slides with us. In the initial publication that was put out, there was some discrepancies, and that's to be expected with this project in terms of square footage. But the current update to the M&D that is before you as part of the packet lists the fire station now accurately at 12,901 square feet. That's an increase of 157 square feet in total, and the essential resource facility just slightly larger at 14 square feet, larger than what was initially written. and that the total acreage, while listed in the report initially published, was 3.714, is actually 3.619 in reality. Isaac, do you have anything further in terms of those clarifications?
I do not, Dean. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, President DeMonico and the board, it is recommended that the Board of Directors allow public comment and adopt resolution number 2023-12 or 12, a resolution of the Chino Valley Fire District adopting a mitigated negative declaration and mitigated monitoring reporting program under the California Environmental Quality Act for the development of Fire Station 68, an essential resource facility, and approving the project.
Thank you. And clerk of the board, do we have any public comments on this agenda item?
Board President DeMonico, as mentioned earlier, there was one public comment submitted during the public review period that was addressed as Megan Gibson mentioned. So that was submitted in writing, and I think all that's left is to request if anyone in the audience wants to speak for public comment.
Do we have
Any requests
do
to
we have
speak?
anybody from the audience that would like to speak on this item? Okay, seeing none, the public hearing is now closed. This is the time for board members to comment, so I'll start with, we'll start with Director Evans.
Well, I made this a lot harder than I probably should have, trying to understand. Thank you so much for your report and for everyone else who was available for me to ask questions for. So this is my first one like this, with the negative, and I really appreciate all the work that was done in it. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, as a former planning commissioner, I was shocked at how much more goes into these reports in the short time since I was a planning commissioner. So used to seeing them, used to a lot of the language and what's in there, just, it's amazing how much more detailed and what else goes into these. Well done, I appreciate the reports, and that's all I have my comments.
Director Howie.
Yes, thank you, John. Yeah, luckily, I have spent a couple of years on the County Planning Commission and seen a number of large reports like this. This was over 600 pages. So I don't think there was anything left out of this report. I mean, it's astounding how much you have to go through for every little thing that was in this report. And for the public, if you looked at the agenda and you started going through it, if you couldn't sleep at night, it would have put you to sleep for sure. I can guarantee it, because it's just a lot of stuff. I know we have a couple people in the back there that can appreciate that. I know. Anyway, no, I think it was well done, very well prepared report. Thank you.
I as well just want to thank everybody for doing the hard work and getting this done. Obviously, it takes a lot longer than what we all anticipate, but we're glad we're moving it forward.
And I concur with all the comments of my fellow board members, and I want to thank you all for the hard work you put into this. And this has been a long time coming, and finally we're seeing some fruition to the project, and hopefully the culmination of Fire Station 68. And I'm looking forward to groundbreaking and building the station and opening it. So I'd like to thank everybody for their hard work. And with that, go ahead.
Can we ask you one more question? What are we thinking, if everything goes well with weather and everything and construction and everything, when do we think the station will open?
Before I let Dean answer that, I just wanted to jump in there real quick, and I just wanted to say a special thank you to Dean for the project lead, but also to Megan and PBK, and especially to Isaac. Isaac, thank you very much for helping, especially in some of the last minute clarifications. Thank you very much for helping keep this on track, and Dean, I'll let you answer the question.
Special thanks too for our colleagues in the audience too. Mike, Nick, thank you so much for your help and guidance through the process. In terms of, at this point, forecasting the opening of the station, like weather, we're getting more accurate when we're 7 days out. But with that being said, we could say that I think with some level of confidence, pending approval by the Planning Commission and the City Council, and the attraction of a qualified contractor through an RFP process, we hope to break ground in late spring and are anticipating a 12 to 14 month build time. So somewhere in late spring, summer of 2025, if all things go well.
We'll be here before you know it.
That's right.
Right.
Great, great question. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Well, at this time, I'd like to request a motion. Please state your name before your motion.
Evanger, motion to approve?
Howie, second.
And just a clarification, just because with the MND, we file a notice of determination, so just a question for the motion maker and second, and that's staff's recommendation to approve the MND and MMRP for this project. Correct? Okay, thank you. Perfect, thank you.
You were gonna ask me to say.
Still a second.
I've got a motion by Director Evanger, seconded by Director Howie. I will now call for a roll call voice vote. Director Evanger.
Yes.
Director Krieger.
Yes.
Director Howie.
Yes.
Vice President Luth.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion passes 5-0.
Public communications, this is the time and place for the general public to address the Board of Directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anybody who would like to comment? Seeing none. Liaison reports. Suzette Dang, San Bernardino County, 4th District.
Good evening, President DeMonico, Vice President Luth, Board of Directors, Chief, Deputy Chiefs, staff, and audience members. Suzette Dang with County Supervisor Kurt Hagman's office. First of all, congratulations to all the honorees tonight, the new employment, promotions, 15, 25, and 30 years. And special thank you to, and congratulations to the new program, the Veteran Ambassadors Program. I think that is awesome. Just to let you know, Deputy Chief Alt and Chief Williams, we do have a wonderful Veteran Affairs Department within the county. They have wonderful resources, so please utilize it and reach out to our office. So that being said, we had a wonderful Veteran Claims event today. Supervisor Hagman's annual Veteran Claims event was held today at the district office in Chino Hills. And I'm happy to report that we have serviced about over 45 veterans today. So anywhere between 45 to 50. I don't have the exact numbers yet, but many attended, and they were taken care of in different aspects, whether it was county IDs or whether it was claims or any questions. So we're very happy that it was a very well-attended event. And Supervisor Hagman's Christmas open house will be held on Thursday, December 7th, between 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and it will be held at the lobby of Chino Hills City Hall, located 14000 City Center Drive. Please go to supervisorhagman.eventbrite.com or scan the QR code that's on the flyer to RSVP. We are asking for a head count for food, so if you can please pre-register online, that would be great. And as always, please contact Supervisor Kurt Hagman's office at 909-465-5265 for any county-related questions, services, or resources. And this weekend being Veterans Day, I just wanted to say a very heartfelt thank you to all our veterans, past and present, for your sacrifice, for your service, and especially to your families and their sacrifices. Thank you for everything you've done. We honor you, and may you have a wonderful Veterans Weekend with your families, and we wish everyone a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Councilmember Chris Flores with the City of Chino.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Director Howie said to keep this quick, so my reports are going to go from 10 reports to 3 reports. So, good evening, board members and staff. I'd like to provide you with an update on projects and events in the City of Chino. And I'm filling in for Mayor Pro Tem Karen Comstock. She apologizes for not being able to make it tonight. The City of Chino will be hosting its annual Veterans Day ceremony on Saturday, November 11th at 11 a.m. Residents and all members of the Chino community are invited to attend the ceremony honoring those who served our nation. This event will take place in the Chino Liberty Courtyard of the Chino Community Building, located at 5443 B Street. Second update, we invite you to be a part of the Fall Bingo Bash Hollywood Style. This well-attended event attracts many business owners, community leaders, and bingo players from across the Chino Valley. Guests are invited to wear Hollywood attire and dress up like their favorite celebrities. The next Bingo Bash is Monday, November 13th, 2023. Doors open at 5:15 p.m. with dinner starting immediately and games starting at 6:30 p.m. This event will be held at Brenderson Hall in the Chino Fairgrounds. For tickets, sponsorships, opportunities, and more information, visit www.chinouthmuseum.com. Now, the third report I have is from our Boxing Foundation. We are currently looking for a strong boxer for our August 2024 event. We're hoping that maybe the board and maybe some staff from the Chino Valley Fire District can find us a leader who has experience in boxing, who can help us raise some funds for our Chino Boxing Foundation. Now, here's my pitch. With the money that's raised, what I'm thinking is that if we have someone from the fire district, the Fire Foundation and the Boxing Foundation can possibly split the funds that are raised. So with that being said, thank you guys, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Chris. I know there's one more event, because I'm going to attend it. Bark Around the Park.
Oh.
Coming up on November 17th, I believe.
There, yes, Bark Around the Park, November 17th at Ayala Park, and it's a great event. Bring your dogs and enjoy just free treats out there, free games, and I believe our Chino Police Department is going to be out there with their canines and having some sort of performance, and it's a great turnout all the time. So we invite you to that as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Councilmember Art Bennett.
President Delmonico for the last time. Harvey, board members, chief, and executive staff. First and foremost, I want to thank you very much for approving the documents you just did for Station 68. We're looking real forward to that. It will fill a real gap in your service area, and it's been a long time coming, and we're very pleased that, and as you know, we do have some skin in the game. The city has contributed substantial dollars to do that. I did want to point out also that this coming Wednesday, November 14th, there will be a dedication ceremony on that site at 2:00 in the afternoon. So it's on my calendar. I hope it's on your calendar. So please plan on being there.
Sorry, what? November 14th?
November 15th, next Wednesday. Yeah, 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm not sure what all it entails. You can check with our PIO, have our PIO talk to your PIO, and they can figure out what's going on. Again, congratulations to the service awards that were presented tonight, and thank you for allowing me to participate in recognizing your veterans that are in the department. It's a real pleasure and honor to be able to do that. I appreciate it so much. Upcoming things, just so you know, the community park rehabilitation, we've been redoing the ball fields and everything there. We're now into phase 3. That's currently underway, and we hope to have fields 5 and 6 that are currently unavailable for use through by February 2nd of 2024, and we're really happy about that. Upcoming events, we have, of course, I mentioned the free Veterans Day ceremony and breakfast on Saturday at the community center. It will begin at 8:00. New Friendsgiving event for children and families with special needs on Thursday, November 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the McCoy Equestrian Center. And our tree lighting ceremony is coming up on Saturday, December 2nd, before your next meeting. So that's at 5:00. Registration is now open for residents who want to participate in the Chino Hills Boat Parade on Friday, December 15th, and registration will end on November 29th. And just as a heads up, this City Hall will be closed on this Friday, the 10th, in observance of Veterans Day. One thing I wanted to mention that the fire district is well aware of, a couple weeks back, a couple Chino Hills recreation staff actually helped save a person's life up at Grand Avenue Park. Recreation leaders Jadon Van Voorhees and Kayla Numa Kimura, who work at the Grand Avenue Park, are considered heroes. 2 weeks ago, this was as of last week, they witnessed a life-threatening situation when a park patron suffered a cardiac arrest. Because, without hesitation, the employees ran to the scene equipped with the automated external defibrillator, AEDs, and sprang into action. They both administer CPR, and the main thing is they were that link until the fire department could get there to continue the life-saving effort. The notable thing is that young lady, Miss Numa Kimura, is a senior at Ayala High School, and Mr. Van Voorhees, who graduated from Chino Hills High School, is a student at Santa Ana College, where he's studying to become, take a guess, a firefighter. It just proves that those AEDs that you've got placed throughout the district and the CPR training that's going on and that our city staff, and especially the recreation staff, is being given, can be that link and that lifesaver and that extension of life until you guys get there. The real trained professionals to hopefully make these people have a life to live. I understand there may be some continuing issues with the patient that day or the victim, but main thing is he wouldn't have had any chance if your investment and the city's investment in AEDs and the training of CPR was not present already, because that made a huge difference in this person's life. So again, congratulations to our veterans. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everyone that served, because all the things that we love about this country is really, really, freedom is not free. Anyone who has served and has worn the uniform, just like the uniform of the fire service and the police service, they put their lives in danger every day, and they need to be told. If you see somebody in uniform, no matter what that uniform is, when they are a first responder or a veteran, tell them you thank them very much for the freedoms that we have been given by their efforts and their work. So with that, I believe that'll do it. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here tonight.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
President DeMonico, can I just make a quick statement real quick? Councilmember Bennett, if you could please, on behalf of the fire district, today we have a lot of people that won't engage in anything because the world's going on around them so fast. And so for two young people in our community, especially that are also members of your organization at that age, to step forward, takes a lot of courage to do that. I'm sure it was not an easy thing. It's probably a nervous feeling to grab a piece of equipment they've likely never used and try to help someone. So please, on behalf of the Chino Valley Fire District, make sure that they know that we recognize that and that we really appreciate their efforts.
I appreciate your comments, and you know what? You will have an opportunity, because you attend our council meetings next week on the 14th. They are going to be recognized by the city staff, and I know they would really appreciate hearing from your staff, and of course from the police department as well, for their efforts. So I'll let you let them know on your own. So they'll appreciate it more coming from the fire chief. Thank you.
Okay, any more liaison reports? The foundation? Charlie? No? Okay. Consent calendar?
Do we have any public comments on the consent calendar?
There are no public comments?
Anybody from the audience wish to speak on the consent calendar? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board. Do we have any board members who'd like to comment on the consent calendar?
Motion to approve items number 1 through 7.
Second?
I have a motion by Director Krieger, second by Vice President Luth. I'll now request a voice vote. Director Evinger.
Yes.
Director Krieger.
Yes.
Director Howie.
Yes.
Vice President Luth.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion passes 5-0.
Old business, agreement number 2023-14 with Atkinson, Andelson, Loya, Rudd, and Romo. Purpose is for the board to review, approve, and authorize the fire chief to execute agreement number 2023-14 with Atkinson, Andelson, Loya, Rudd, and Romo to provide labor counsel to the Chino Valley Fire District. Report by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you, Melania, and thank you, Honorable Board Director and members of the board. Earlier this year, you may recall, an ad hoc committee was formed to select a special labor counsel to assist the fire district with memoranda of understanding negotiations. The committee was comprised of board members Krieger and Howie. The ad hoc committee interviewed 2 law firms who have teams of attorneys who specialize in labor relations. In June 2023, 2 firms were interviewed. At a later meeting with the board of directors, staff was instructed to negotiate a contract with Atkinson, Anderson, Loya, Rudd, and Romo. This item was initially presented to the board of directors in September, but the item was pulled for further discussion. During this time, staff was able to revise the contract for an amount not to exceed $50,000. The agreed-to hourly rate was also reduced from $390 per hour to $385 per hour. The hourly range of rates indicated on the contract are the hourly rates for the attorneys who work for municipal clients coupled with the attorney's experience. The negotiated hourly rate with the fire district is on the lower end of what other firms charge per hour for similar work. There are sufficient funds in the HR budget to cover this cost. It is anticipated that the recommended law firm will begin negotiations with the Fire Association and Teamsters unions in early 2024. John Bakit will be the chief negotiator representing the fire district, negotiating with both bargaining groups. The district's point of contact will be the fire chief or his designee. Lastly, at the board of directors' direction, the recommended law firm can conduct a training session for the board in early 2024. Board, that concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do we have anybody request to speak?
No request to speak?
Would anybody from the audience like to speak on this item? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board for comments. Anybody on the board wish to make any comments?
Just the fact, I'd just like to say that Tom and I did sit down with both law firms. I was looking for something different than what we've had in the past. And one of the questions I had was about board training, or meeting with the board ahead of time and to work that into the contract. So, I would anticipate that we would have a closed session time with them, January or February, to have some training for us on how exactly, the measures and each mark along the way and what it means, just so we're better educated. But I was pleased with the firm.
Anthony, did we invite the firm to come over tonight to answer any questions or anything?
They were invited, but they're in preparations for a conference that's taking place next week in Monterey, so most of the staff is already en route to Monterey. But yeah, so unfortunately, they were not able to attend. If at the board said, according to what board member Krieger said, we'll have them here in January or February, so everybody can meet them.
Just a couple clarifications. So, thank you, Anthony, you clarified that the rate, the hourly rate, and how that works. Just because there's different terms used, if you clarify. So, at one point, we're talking about a lead attorney, a chief negotiator, a consultant, and a partner of counsel. All of those are the same person, is that correct?
Yeah, that's a good question, board member. Each one of those can serve a different role. Typically, in an agency, a chief negotiator is a role typically assigned to the HR director, assistant city manager, or somebody else along those lines. Lead attorney, that's just maybe a term that the law firm may use for their attorneys. A consultant could be anybody doesn't have to be necessarily an attorney. And of counsel, I had to actually do some research on this because I've seen this with other organizations, other law firms as well too. And of counsel is typically somebody who has the relevant expertise in a subject matter, but it may not be a partner of the law firm.
Okay. So, and you mentioned John
Bakit is his name. Yeah, I have actually, oddly enough, just a story about that, if I may indulge you. About 20 some odd years ago, Mr. Bakit and I actually negotiated against each other. He was representing a group of police dispatchers. He was actually with the firm Flagg and DeMeyer, and he and I actually got along pretty well. And then I found out that he's with this law firm, unbeknownst to me until about a year and a half ago. A great negotiator, and he's finally come to the right side of things.
Okay, so Irma's not, she's signing, at least that's whose name is listed here, or as the consultant. She's listed as a consultant.
Well, I think that's just the contract was the boilerplate. That's just what was on there. Irma is the managing, the partner in charge, that is her title with the law firm. She oversees the attorneys assigned to the Cerritos Law Firm, which are these attorneys would be assigned from.
But actually, John will be.
Correct, yeah, just like just like the chief would be the one signing the contract, but it may be someone else who's actually involved in negotiations.
Yeah, yeah, in the staff report, we mentioned both, I just appreciate the
I
clarification.
appreciate your questions, thank you.
Gonna do what?
She was there when we were having our discussion.
Okay,
She was part of their presentation. I think they had 4 people that they brought,
okay,
to answer our questions.
okay. And then, in terms of who John or where does he communicate? Where's he going with his, when he has something to report or questions?
He will be the one that would more than likely convene with the board of directors in closed session and advise you of the status of negotiations and seek direction from your body.
Okay, would there be maybe during the course of this, some clarification needed, some information, would he come to chief, to you, Anthony?
Yeah, more than likely myself and the chief, I would imagine at the same time. And then at some point in time, if he needs direction from the board, or we recommend that he would meet with the board as well.
Yeah, Vice President Luth, I think a caveat to the instructions there is that it would be myself or my designee. So in a case of an item that may be in negotiations that relates to maybe an MOU item related to some language, it may be HR. If there's an item that's related to some finance, then I might defer that to a finance director. So that's why it's sort of arranged that way.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions?
I just really quick, just a clarification for me, if you could. So if the negotiated rate is $390 to $385, can you just explain the under compensation, the partner of counsel, it says $370 to $445?
Yeah,
Is that just kind of what?
Those are the ranges that they have for municipal clients based on the attorney's expertise, what value they bring to the organization. The initial amount that was going to be proposed in their RFP was the amount of $390, but I was able to get that down to $385. So that range is what they have, that they provided. At that point in time when they provided this, we were negotiating. They didn't know who was going to be assigned to provide those services here.
Okay. But the negotiated rate?
It's $385, and I will confirm that when we get the invoices in a few months.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Good. At this time, I'd like to request a motion.
So moved.
Uh,
Sorry, Mike Krieger, so moved.
Okay.
Good. Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, Evanger, second.
Okay, you have a motion by Director Krieger, second by Director Evanger. I'll now request a voice vote. Director Evanger?
Yes.
Director Howley?
Yes.
Director Krieger?
Yes.
Vice President Luke?
Yes.
And I vote yes, motion passes 5-0.
New business, Board of Directors selection of officers. Purpose is for the Board of Directors to nominate and vote for the position of President and Vice President effective December 1st, 2023. Report by President John DeMonico.
Yes. At this time, nomination, first of all, do we have any requests to speak on this item from the audience?
There are no requests to speak.
Seeing none. At this time, nominations are now open for the office of President for 2024. Please state your name before you present your nomination. John DeMonico, and I nominate Harvey Luth for President.
Oh,
Wow. What a surprise.
Do we have any other nominations? If there are no further nominations, nominations are now closed for President. Congratulations, Harvey.
Thank you.
I will now request I have to request a voice vote. I will now request a voice vote for a majority vote. Each board member should cast only one yes vote regardless of the number of nominations. Board members may vote for themselves. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Congratulations, Harvey, I was a little premature.
John, beat me to the punch.
Okay. Now. Yeah, okay. Yes. Now nominations are open for the office of Vice President for 2024. Please state your name before you present your nomination.
Mike Krieger, I nominate Sarah Ramos Evanger.
Are there any further nominations for Vice President? Seeing none, I will now request a voice vote for majority vote. Each member should cast only one yes vote regardless of the number of nominations. Board members may vote for themselves. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. Congratulations, Sarah, Vice President. Sarah. And we are good. We're done. Thank you.
Item number 10, SB 1205 Compliance Report for State Mandated Annual Fire Inspections. Purpose is for the Board of Directors to receive information regarding state mandated compliance reporting related to Senate Bill 1205. Report by Fire Marshal Danielle Tu.
Good evening again, President DeMonico, members of the board. Each year, we are required to provide you, our governing body, a report on the status of our state mandated inspections. The fire district currently has 204 occupancies that fall into this category. Our state mandated inspections are conducted on a calendar year basis, and I'm happy to report that Community Risk Reduction has completed the initial inspection on all said occupancies. It is recommended that the Board of Directors receive and file the information presented.
Do we have any requests to speak? Anybody wish to speak?
No requests.
Seeing none. This is time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions or make your remarks.
I do. I just want to thank Fire Risk Reduction for handling all our required inspections. That's a big deal, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Job well done. Thank you.
And did I hear you say this was received and filed? No.
Yes, correct.
Just received. Okay, so we don't need a motion then if it's received and filed, right?
Correct.
Right, good. Okay, Fire Chief comments. Chief.
Thank you, President DeMonico. Under Personnel Development Activities, on October 18th, the Board of Directors and I conducted a leadership workshop. On October 21st, Fire District held our annual open house event. I believe there was over 2,000 in attendance, so a great job to all staff and a great job for the community coming out and support. October 24th, Papa Chino's honored first responders with an appreciation breakfast. October 24th, again, executive staff attended the Con Fire Administrative Committee meeting. On October 25th, the Fire District, in partnership with the Fire Foundation, held our annual State of the District event luncheon, which took place at Fire Station 61. And it was already mentioned, what a fantastic event. And kudos to all staff, and special thank you to Ms. Rita Pro for leading the charge on that. October 26th, command staff and I attended the monthly San Bernardino County Fire Chiefs Association meeting. Under Board Activities and Public Relations, on Tuesday, November 7th, Chino Police Department hosted a community meeting for Mandarin-speaking residents, and the translation services were provided by our very own Inspector Lynn, and she was able to share information about the district with the residents. On October 28th, Chino Police Department hosted their annual open house. On November 2nd, the Chino Valley Fire Foundation hosted a fundraiser at Top Golf. I was there as well as many board members, and it was really neat to see at least, I think, 4 different labor organizations from Redlands, Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario, and Corona Fire, all in support of our labor group. So great job, Mark, in your group, and thank you for the board members' support attending that as well. Under organizational items of interest, on October 30th, we conducted our Human Resource Committee meeting. October 30th, we also conducted our Agenda Review Committee meeting. Under Human Resource Update, HR staff, Boris and Angelica, attended the NeoGov conference. The NeoGov is our applicant tracking and evaluation program. The first round of interviews were held yesterday, and finished off today for a position in the Community Risk Reduction Office for office technician. Finalist interviews were held on this past Monday for fire captain. I am happy to make an announcement. We've already, last night, right before the training, we were able to connect with what was then firefighter Brett Underwood to Captain Brett Underwood. What a great man, and I expect a lot of good things, and couldn't be happier with the promotion, so congratulations, Brett. On November 11th, HR Director Arroyo held a training session on becoming an effective supervisor at the California Association of Code Enforcement Officers at the annual conference. So, Anthony, thank you for representing the district and, again, taking us to the next level with outside involvement. Under upcoming meetings and events, November 10th, the Veterans Day holiday. The district will be closed on November 11th, the Veterans Day ceremonies. We have 2 that day, one at 8 o'clock at the Chino Hills Community Center and one at 10:30 at the Chino Community Center. On November 15th, there's a Section 115 Trust meeting. November 16th, San Bernardino County Chiefs meeting. On November 22nd, 3rd, it's a Thanksgiving holiday and the district will be closed. December 4th, Agenda Review Committee meeting. December 7th, West End Chiefs meeting. December 7th, the Supervisor Kurt Hagman's Christmas Open House. On December 9th, the City of Chino Youth Christmas Parade. And on December 13th, the Make a Child Smile event at Walmart in Chino. And under Confire items of interest, EMS nurse Parham is continuing to assist Confire, and we've successfully hired 4 nurses for the ENS program. And interim director and our very own Deputy Chief Cook continues to negotiate potential terms on the request for proposal of ambulance services with the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, which we've already talked about. Hopefully we'll get a decision on November 14th, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief. Now's the time for board committee and board comments, and I'll start with Director Evinger.
Thank you. Shall I say I'm gonna keep this brief? I'm teasing. I'm messing with you, Chris. Sorry. I had to say that. I attended a couple of the Chino Council meetings, our open house, which was wonderful, very, very well attended. Our board workshop, and I always enjoy being able to take time, an entire day, and really take care of business. So that was great. Thank you very much for that. HR committee meeting, I had my monthly meeting with the fire chief. I attended the first responder breakfast, which I'm so glad that we do in support of our local, anyone who lives in our area. The ASB CSD meeting, Chino PD's open house, our State of the Fire District, and with that, I know that everyone has said, and I just want to thank everyone for all. I know that a lot of work and a lot of planning went into that, and it was fabulous. Thank you very much, and thank you, Rita, for the new direction that you sailed our ship in with that. So thank you so much. We had in the canyon, our annual Carbon Canyon Fire Safe Council trunk or treat event. And it's an amazing event that we do for the residents there, but we cannot do it without the fabulous support of the union, our fire union. They cook hot dogs, they just go out of their way to really support that event, as well as the district. District is very, very well represented there. In addition to our San Bernardino County, our local Chino Hill station, we have some of our officers that will come and interact with that. So I just want to thank everyone again for all the support, all the donations. I'm just going to say right now with the Fire Safe Council, I was going to say it later, but financially, we are having some struggles. Next year, we might not even be able to, at this point, to pay for the insurance. And I know you were out gallivanting around Charlie during, he was on holiday our last meeting, but we're gonna have to start really looking at ways to better fundraise. And, you know, we have a lot of money going out towards mitigating the fire dangers in the canyon, but now we need to really work hard and try to get additional funding. So I also had the Fire Safe Council meeting, the foundation fundraiser at Topgolf, which was fabulous. I had a great time. I had a really good time with the gentlemen and with everybody. And last night, I attended the night drill training that we had with Director Howie, and I'm gonna let you speak about it. It was a great training, but I'll let you, since I've already gone a little long here, and do that. A couple things, happy Veterans Day, and thank you very much to all our veterans for all that you've done. So we can be here tonight and just have our meetings, so we can just enjoy our daily freedoms. Thank you. And Chief, thank you for the military ambassador program, loving that. That is wonderful. I think we even mentioned where can we tap in, you know, where can we do, and that is a wonderful way to recruit for future. And I was glad to find out how many veterans we have within our district, so it was wonderful to also recognize them and President DeMonico for the last time, as well as Art. So thank you both for your service. And our new employee introductions, our promotions, our years of service, and Pete is a good guy, so I'm glad that you do that. He is an all-around good guy. I am gonna say that, so thank you. And with that, I wanna wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving, but I just wanna let everyone know with this fire district how thankful I am for everybody in this district. All staff members, our executive staff, but also my fellow board members. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that I can work with such high, wonderful gentlemen, and the ethics, everything. Thank you guys. And with that, that's all.
Thank you. Director Krieger.
Oh, wow, all right. I attended everything Sarah attended. The only other thing that I also attended was this last Saturday, Chino Hills had a pop-up city hall, and I went by to visit our crews there, and the sheriff's department was there, and city staff was there. So I went by and spent a little bit of time with them, and I as well would like to congratulate our people who have been newly hired, promoted in the 15, 25, and 30 years of being with us. And a special thank you to John and Art and our members that are veterans. And Chief, you and I talked about this when we were in Washington, D.C., and you brought it up several times that you really wanted to do this. So I'm glad you got it rolled out.
You done?
That's it.
Director Howie.
Speed and efficient, Mr. Krieger. Yeah, and I've attended just about all those same exact events. Let's see, the only thing we probably didn't talk about was I think we went to the special district dinner, we didn't mention that, but up in Rancho, that was nice. As far as the fire training, we went last night. Thank you for Deputy Chief Alt for giving an explanation of all that was going on, and it was a live fire going on, and it was great to see 30, 40 firefighters rushing into the fire, from cutting holes in the roof and putting a fire out, rescuing somebody, in far as that goes, and all the things that go through, was very impressive. You really, until you actually see something like that in person, you really get, wow, these guys really, they work hard, and the amount of training and knowing what to do from all that stuff, I mean, because things change, you have somebody who's actually was hurt in there, trying to get that person out, and working on that person, plus trying to put the fire out, getting all the different things was very exciting to see. I'm really glad I went, so I would encourage, maybe invite a few more people to come out to that. I know you do that training once a year, or sometimes a little sooner than that, but that was really, really good. Also want to thank John for his leadership for this year. You've been a great president. Thank you for that. And also for our anniversary members that got their awards tonight. That was great. One last thing I want to talk about was, because it's Veterans Day, I want to talk a little about Fred Burns. The district gives out a Fred Burns Award to a community volunteer, usually almost every year, right? And I had met Fred back in the early 90s, and he was one of the first directors, one of the founding members of this district, and a director for many years. And he passed away, and they had a memorial service, and I went to the memorial service. Didn't really know Fred at all. And all of a sudden, they talked about his service in World War II. I was just shocked. He was a paratrooper who paratroopered, in on D-Day, and he went through the whole campaign of Europe. He was a combat infantry badge. He was a Bronze Star, and he was a Silver Star winner. And if you win a Silver Star, you did something pretty heroic, because there's only 2 more steps at Distinguished Service Cross and the Medal of Honor. So to win a Silver Star is pretty amazing. You were quite a hero, and I never knew that. It was like, oh darn, I found out too late to say anything to him. But I think that really says something for this district and for Fred. That award is a special award. He was quite a guy, for sure. So that's pretty much it. That's my comments.
Okay, so yeah, attended a lot of the same things that we've already discussed. Chief, yeah, the Veterans Ambassador Program, outstanding. It's nice to recognize our 4 veterans, and hopefully that program leads to some new hires. That's awesome. To our new hire, Joshua, and our promotion for Emily, our service award winners. Pretty awesome. Nice to see Wayne excited about getting the axe. It was pretty exciting. Yeah. Let's see here. The open house was great. Cars were everywhere. That was so well attended, so well done. Thank you for that. The state of the district, I agree. It was just fantastic. There was, as everybody said, there's a lot of work went into that. A lot of people did a lot to make that happen. Rita did a great job, set the bar so high. And last night, Mayor Eunice gave the chief some grief about that it was Rita that did it. We stole her from Chino, so we heard about it late during the meeting last night. But thank you, Rita, for raising that bar, and for everyone who stepped up and helped with that. And the most awesome part about it is that we're raising money for the foundation, and to continue that effort to put those AEDs out there and those trauma kits. So just well done. The foundation's Top Golf thing was fantastic. Wonderful event, a lot of fun. I had a great time. And then finally, yeah, just thank you to all our veterans. Thank you for those who have served and those who are serving. And want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. That's it. Thank you.
I also attended a lot of the events, but not all of them, so we'll go into that. But the 2 things that really stick out to me that I attended, which I thought were phenomenal, was one, the state of the district, and it was phenomenal. I can't wait for next year, because we have to top this last year with next year, so I'm looking forward to the state of the district next year. And then our open house gets bigger and bigger every year. Did we have a number of attendees for the open house?
Danielle, do you know that number? I want to say it was over 2,000, but Danielle might have an exact.
So at the main entry point, we did have a clicker, so it was 1,930, but we did have residents that were using the side gate, that parking area between Station 1 and the training center. So we're anticipating that overall, we probably just topped out over 2,000.
That's incredible, and we'll have to top that one next year as well. And but good job to everything, and I mean, I'm really proud of this district and what we, not only what we've done, but what we do. And this past year has been a good year, and we've come a long ways, and we keep moving forward. So I thank everybody for that, and all the employees for that, and staff. Thank you so much for moving this district forward. I do want to say congratulations to our new employee, Joshua. Congratulations to Emily on her promotion. And congratulations to Maciel for her 15 years with the fire district. Congratulations to Mike on his 25 years with the fire district. Congratulations to Pete with his 25 years with the fire district. And congratulations to Wayne with his 30 years with the fire district. That says a lot when we have employees that we have this kind of tenure of what this district is. And we just owe a lot to our employees for their dedicated service in that long. I'd like to say thank you for your service to Mike, Tyler, Aaron, and Steve for your dedicated service in our military. I appreciate you for helping keep our country safe. Also, this is a little out of the ordinary, but I would also like to thank Captain Bill Gonzalez for his service in the Marines and his service with the Los Angeles County Fire Department. Captain Gonzalez is a Chino Hills resident and just celebrated his 100th birthday. I just wanted to say something. Just a reminder, Veterans Day, Chino Hills, 8 a.m., Chino, 11 a.m. So I hope everybody's able to attend those. And I'd like to wish everybody a very, very happy and safe Thanksgiving. And eat a lot of turkey. So with that, the meeting will be adjourned to a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District to be held on Wednesday, December 13, 2023, at 6 p.m. at Fire District Administrative Headquarters Office, located at 14011 City Center Drive, Chino Hills, California, 91709. Thank you.